It's almost uncanny how history seems to repeat itself, but only when it comes to the royal brothers. One leads with originality, charisma, and natural charm, and the other seems to follow, clipboard in hand, ticking off the list of things his brother has already done. The latest proof: Prince William's sudden surprise appearance on Dancing with the Stars in the US, cheering for his friend, Robert Irwin. If that sounds familiar, that's because it is. We've seen this movie before, except the original was far more authentic and far less forced. Back in 2021, Prince Harry, ever the natural showman, recorded a heartfelt message for his good friend JJ Chalmers on Strictly Come Dancing in the UK. It was warm, genuine, and very Harry. William's version, on the other hand, feels like the air trying, once again, to borrow the spare's sparkle. And that's the problem with Prince William lately. Every move he makes seems like a calculated echo of something Harry already did, except without the sincerity. When Harry sent his video message, it wasn't about image or PR. It was about supporting a friend he'd served with in the military, someone who had been part of his Invictus journey. There was meaning behind it. William's attempt, though, feels like a rehearsed gesture crafted to make him look relatable to the same audience that already fell for Harry years ago. It's the royal equivalent of trying to go viral with someone else's trend. What's even more telling is where this surprise appearance happened. Not in the UK, but in the United States, the very stage Harry has mastered effortlessly. Ever since Harry and his family became household names across America, William has been on a quiet mission to break the States. Whether it's documentaries, awards trips, or charity appearances, every effort seems aimed at winning American hearts that are already spoken for. But despite the slick PR, despite the carefully chosen settings and polished lines, William just can't seem to land. Americans love authenticity, and that's something Harry has in abundance. William, however, always comes across as trying too hard. It's almost ironic that William, the heir to the throne, is the one chasing visibility. You'd think his title alone would be enough to make him a global icon. Yet somehow, it's the spare who's recognised, respected and loved in ways the heir can only dream of. Whether it's television appearances, charity interviews, or even pop culture references, it's always Harry's name that comes up first. William might hold the higher royal rank, but when it comes to relevance, Harry reigns supreme. The American public sees Harry as approachable and human. William still feels like an institution trying to be a person. When William's video aired, the reactions were telling. Instead of excitement, most viewers met it with mild confusion. Wait, why is Prince William on Dancing with the Stars? Some asked. Others wondered why the future King of England was suddenly trying to act like a celebrity cameo. The internet didn't hold back either. Comments poured in comparing it to Harry's much earlier and more memorable moment on Strictly Come Dancing. The phrase, "the heir that follows the spare," started trending among royal watchers online, perfectly capturing the déjà vu of it all. And really, who can blame them for noticing? This isn't an isolated case. It's part of a pattern. From speech styles to media strategies, from charity focuses to photo ops, William's playbook often looks suspiciously familiar. The difference is, when Harry does it, it feels spontaneous. When William does it, it feels scripted. It's the royal version of copying your classmate's homework, but forgetting to change the handwriting. You can almost imagine the brainstorming session behind it. Aides sitting around a table, coffee cups everywhere, scrolling through social media clips of Harry. Right, one says. Remember when Harry did that video for his friend? Americans loved that. Let's do the same thing. Only this time, it's William. Another adds. Yes, but let's make it American. They'll love it if it's on Dancing with the Stars. Cue William in a carefully lit video, rehearsed lines, and a polite grin that says he's still trying to convince himself this was a good idea. The result, of course, is the opposite of what he hoped for. Instead of making him look cool or relatable, it reminds everyone that Harry got there first and did it better. William's video is neat and polite, but Harry's was personal and real, Harry's message carried warmth because it wasn't trying to be a PR stunt. It was just him being himself. That's what makes Harry so compelling, his effortless authenticity. William's public image, on the other hand, still feels trapped in royal protocol, no matter how hard he tries to escape it. What's more, William's attempts to relate to the public often end up highlighting how out of touch he really is. The polished palace press releases, the perfectly timed appearances, the strategic American engagements, they all scream management rather than meaning. He's trying to build a brand that looks accessible, but still keeps the monarchy's old-school distance. It's a contradiction that doesn't sit well with modern audiences. Harry, by contrast, has always been the one who walked away from that contradiction. He didn't need to pretend to be relatable, he just was. And then there's the cultural side of things. Harry naturally connects with pop culture. He's part of it. Whether it's showing up at the Super Bowl, sitting courtside at basketball games, or being casually referenced on late-night shows, he fits the tone of modern celebrity without even trying. William, meanwhile, looks uncomfortable whenever he steps into that world, as if he's been told to smile and hope no one notices how awkward it feels. The more he tries to be modern, the more people notice how much he's trying. That's why this latest stunt isn't just about a simple video message. It's about what it represents. It's William's ongoing attempt to compete with a brother who left the royal system and still somehow managed to outshine it. It's the heir chasing after the spare's natural charm, hoping some of it might rub off. But charisma isn't inherited by title. It's earned by character. Harry's has been tested through real experiences, vulnerability, and the courage to be genuine. William's remains protected, polished, and perpetually compared. You can tell the frustration is setting in. For years, William was the golden boy of the British press, the responsible one, destined to lead. But the world has changed. The narrative that used to crown him effortlessly no longer holds weight in the global audience. People aren't impressed by stiff upper lips anymore. They want emotion, empathy, humanity. And that's where Harry wins every time. No matter how much William tries to stage manage his appeal, it always ends up feeling like an imitation of the real thing. The irony is almost poetic. The heir to the throne, forever in the shadow of the spare. William has the titles, the palaces, and the protocol, but Harry has the heart, the warmth, and the public's affection. The more William tries to borrow from Harry's playbook, the clearer the difference becomes. It's not about who holds the higher position, it's about who holds people's attention. And in that race, Harry isn't just ahead, he's miles away, waving from the finish line. So when William appeared on Dancing with the Stars, smiling stiffly through his lines, it was hard not to see the irony. The man destined to lead a kingdom, trying to win over the same crowd that already fell in love with his younger brother. It's not malicious, just tragically awkward. Because for all the strategy and structure, William can't fake what Harry naturally exudes: genuine warmth and ease. At this point, maybe it's time to admit what everyone's been quietly thinking. The competition was over years ago. Harry doesn't need to prove anything. He's already carved his own space in the world. William, on the other hand, is still chasing the idea of being loved like Harry is. But love isn't a campaign. It's connection. And no amount of American appearances or relatable gestures can create what Harry already embodies. So yes, maybe it's time William surrenders gracefully. Because every time he tries to outdo the spare, he only reminds the world why the spare became unforgettable. The heir may follow, but he'll always be a few steps behind.